Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Wyatt Juice here, and today I'm going to be giving you a basketball shoe review of the Giannis Immortality 2s. Now, the Giannis Immortality 2s are a budget shoe from Nike coming in at about $85. I'm going to be starting with what I like the most about the shoe, all the way down to what I like the least about the shoe. So for what is my favorite part of the shoe, it has to definitely be the traction. This is a sectioned full-length herringbone, and I would probably give it about an 8 out of 10. Is it as good as the new KDs? No, but it performs well on clean courts, and on dusty courts, it performs a little bit above average. You do have to wipe the shoe, and I will say it is a bit hard to wipe this shoe. This herringbone traction requires just a full wipe with my hand. I have to wait for the ball to be dead or the play to be over for me to really wipe the shoe, but yeah, I think the traction is about above average. All right, now when we go to my second favorite part about the shoe, it's definitely got to be the lacing system and the fit. So with these laces, I found that I was able to really just pull them as tight as I want, and it would not choke my feet. I'm not exactly sure what this little yellow section is, but as you can see, it is kind of like a second section of the shoe that's meant to hold the midfoot in. I really like that, and I also really like the laces, and the tongue also towards your ankle is very thick, and that just kind of protects you from the laces choking you. So I would have to say the lacing is very good. And as for the fit or the lockdown, the shoe's very stable. It has an outrigger that prevents your foot from rolling over. However, I do find that this fit is strange. It seems almost like a high heel and a running shoe combined. So some of the issues that I had with this shoe was that this heel section right here actually raises your heel up a tiny bit, and I felt like I was wearing a high heel. There's no other way to really say it, and I really did not like that. Over time, I felt like my foot did come down a tiny bit, and I will say for someone with super wide feet, the shoe fits well, but yeah, it just wasn't really my cup of tea. And the thing that is very sad about that is I have high arches as well, and this shoe supports me. So overall, if you have high arches and wide feet like me, the shoe's good, but you're going to feel like you're wearing a high heel to some degree. All right, now let's get into the materials of the shoe. So for a budget shoe, the material is fairly good, and the engineered mesh is very breathable. This is my third favorite part of the shoe because for $85, you are getting good materials, and it is breathable. So as someone whose feet usually overheats, I play basketball Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday for about 2 hours. My feet were fine, and overall, these materials I think are going to be much more durable than the Immortality ones. And yeah, that's all I really have to say for the materials. It's good. You can look at the shoe and decide for yourself, but overall, for 85 bucks, can't really complain. All right, now getting into the weakest part of the shoe. The weakest part of the shoe is definitely the cushioning. The heel is well cushioned in this, and the heel to toe transition is good, but your forefoot is gonna cry. Basically, for me, I noticed all my joints were on fire after playing in this shoe because it's low to the ground and firm, but it doesn't really feel low to the ground enough, and it doesn't really have cushioning either. So basically, your heel will be fine in these, but your forefoot has nothing. I mean, it just literally feels like you're playing on rubber. And for me, that is just kind of unacceptable. After my 2-hour sessions on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, my joints were hurting. All right, so what are my overall thoughts on the shoe? Well, for me personally, I think the traction is amazing for the price. I think the fit and lockdown is amazing for the price. And I think the materials are also amazing for the price. However, I think the shoe just falls apart so heavily in the cushioning department. I could see someone having fun with this shoe if they had a game every Saturday and they waited a full week to play basketball again. But if you're someone like me who's playing basketball 3 times a week or 2 times a week at a minimum, it's just not a great shoe for your joints. You're going to have a lot of foot pain. You're going to have a lot of knee pain, hip pain, things of that nature. And for the price, I mean, Nike has been releasing a lot of banger budget shoes. I mean, if we come over here and look at Nike.com right now, we can even see some of their basketball shoes. If we just go to some of Nike's cheapest shoes right now, I mean, I already know right now that the Flyby Mid 3 is a better shoe than this, in my personal opinion. I mean, it could be based off your case use scenario, but I don't know. I'm just going to say for the Giannis Immortality 2s, I think they're a pass. I think you probably should refrain right now from purchasing them, and that's kind of the unfortunate truth. If I had to rate this shoe 1 out of 100, I would probably give this shoe a 60 overall. I wanted to bring it down, but I think 50 is average, and I do think some elements of this shoe make it above average, especially for the price. But for me personally, the lack of protection in the forefoot here is just a deal breaker. I mean, if you're someone who plays on the balls of your feet, if you're someone who is jumping all the time, if you're someone who is making a lot of quick changes, you will feel that lack of cushioning. And for those people who say it's a good guard shoe, I will make the argument that you're just going to hurt. You're going to be making these sharp moves and you're just going to feel the floor. At least that's how I felt playing it. My play style is a lot of dribbles, a lot of shots up. So overall, should you buy the shoe? Unfortunately for me, I would say no. I think this is a skip, not a grab. So for the shoe, should you stash it in your collection or should you pass it? I'm going to have to go with pass it. Unfortunately for me, the lack of cushioning is just a deal breaker. And yeah, the shoe's just not amazing. I mean, there's better options. And yeah, that's it.